In this video, we will discuss how to instantly read the thoughts and feelings of someone you just met. Curious, right? Watch this video until it's finished. In general, our minds are definitely filled with curiosity about the nature of character and thoughts from new acquaintances. For that reason, it is important for us to know how humans communicate. According to psychology experts, when two or more individuals interact, 50% of the message you really want to convey comes from body language, while 38% comes from the tone or intonation of the voice, and only 7% comes from the words spoken. That means when we meet someone for the first time, we have to consider the three factors mentioned earlier, besides paying attention to appearance. So if you want to know what other people think when they first meet, well, here's how. First, there is eye contact. There is a saying that the eyes are the windows to the heart. To know which type of eye contact to give, you have to be able to consider the context. For example, if someone really can't take his eyes off you, then it could mean that he is interested or likes you. On the other hand, when you meet your neighbor's eyes and then he can't look back at you, then that can indicate that he is nervous or hiding something. Then if you talk to someone whose eyes make you feel uncomfortable, especially if his eyes don't blink, it can indicating that he is lying. Second, two eyebrows. If you want to see how comfortable other people are when talking to you, then look at their eyebrows. There are three main emotions that raise human eyebrows, namely surprise, worry, and fear. Try to raise your eyebrows when you're chatting casually with your closest friends. Will definitely be difficult, isn't it? Well, if you talk to someone and he raises his eyebrows even though the topic of your conversation doesn't cause surprise, worry, or fear, it means that person feels uncomfortable. Third, smile. When it comes to smiling, the mouth and lips can lie, but not the eyes. So it should be known that a truly sincere smile is one that reaches the eyes and creates wrinkles around them. Humans often smile to hide what they are really thinking and feeling. So next time you're wondering if someone else's smile is genuine or not, pay attention to the wrinkles around their eye area. If there aren't any, then it means they're hiding something. Fourth, what is said. If you meet someone for the first time and they constantly talk about positive things like complimenting your spouse or coworkers, then chances are that the individual has a pretty good personality. Research shows that the more often a person positively evaluates his fellow human beings as a person who is kind, polite, loving, and polite, then it is more likely that he also has these qualities, and vice versa. If you often talk about bad things, then that person tends to also have the same character. Fifth, paralanguage. Paralanguage is a form of nonverbal communication such as hand gestures, facial expressions, body postures, and head shakes. Basically, language is a great way to find out the thoughts of our interlocutor by paying attention to all its aspects. For example, if someone uses a monotone tone to respond to your words, then most likely he doesn't like or is not interested in the words you say. Then if someone uses sarcasm, it indicates that what you really want to say is the opposite of what he said. So pay attention to the emphasis that the other person puts on when speaking and see how this pronunciation can give you a clue as to what their true intentions are. Sixth, sideways glance. When you meet someone, if he is really enthusiastic about meeting you, then remember that his body will definitely be facing your direction, and he will also make eye contact on the other side. If you meet an individual who immediately glances to the side when they meet you, then it is body language that shows that they want to leave. 7th, the frequency of nodding. Generally, nodding is a sign of agreeing to something. However, it should be noted that if someone nods excessively, then it may indicate that they are anxious about a deal. When giving instructions to e.g. your friends or subordinates and they nod excessively, it means they are worried about what you are thinking and wondering whether their ability to follow commands is questionable or not. 8th, chin and jaw. When humans are trying to make a decision, then rubbing the chin and looking up and down or sideways is what tends to do, and this indicates hard thinking. Then a clenched jaw indicates that a person is experiencing deep stress and feels uncomfortable with the situation around him. In addition, those who clenched their jaws when communicating also indicated that the conversation with the other person might lead to something they were worried about, or they were focusing on other things that caused stress. 9th, posture. Body posture can provide some clues about a person's level of self-confidence. For example, if a person is walking upright with shoulders back and looking straight ahead, this indicates that he feels good about himself and is also confident. But if there is an individual who is slouching and looking down while they are walking, then this may indicate low self-esteem and lack of confidence. 10th, rub hands. It has been believed by many experts that hand movements can reflect our thoughts. When someone rubs his hands together, it generally means that he has good feelings about something and also believes that something amazing will happen in the future. 11th, handshake. By just shaking hands or shaking hands, you can quickly find out about other people's character traits and personalities. Those with soft handshakes tend to be obedient and submissive, whereas strong and firm handshakes tend to be domineering. In addition to the strength of a long position, shaking hands can also reveal the contents of a person's thoughts. Just a brief handshake shows that he doesn't want to have a deep relationship with you. On the other hand, a long handshake indicates that the person intends to establish a deep relationship with you. 12th, lean over. If someone is leaning towards you while you are talking, then this shows that he or she is interested in what you have to say and has respect for you. Then when you are talking and someone comes closer and then leans towards you, then it shows that he wants to vent. Besides that, if someone leans back or moves his body away from you while the one is talking, it shows that the person is bored with your topic of conversation and may feel uncomfortable. Comfortable. 13th, how to hold a baby. Maybe some of you think this is strange, but the way you hold a baby can reveal a lot. If you're meeting someone for the first time and they just happen to be a mom or dad, see which arm is used to hold their baby. Studies show that happy mothers tend to hold their babies using their left arm, whereas stressed and depressed mothers tend to hold their babies using their right arm. 14th, crossed legs and arms. Have you ever met people who cross their legs or arms while you were talking? If you're dating for the first time or trying to give your friend input and then they cross their legs or arms, then this is not a good sign. Crossed arms and legs are a physical barrier that shows someone is not open and doesn't like what you have to say. Psychologically, crossing your legs or arms indicates something is blocking you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Therefore, even though people smile and engage in pleasant conversation does not mean they are always open and agree with everything you say. If their arms and legs are crossed even though the feet are in the same direction can also say a lot. If someone likes you, then his feet will point towards you. When you are talking, then if someone wants to leave, then he will point his feet towards the door when you are communicating with him. 15th, someone's shoes. Shoes can actually give you a lot of information about human character and personality. The research results show that the type of shoes chosen can accurately reflect a person's personality. For example, people who are easily nervous tend to have shoes that are always new or shoes that are always clean. Then individuals who are friendly tend to like to wear shoes that are practical, and then those who are aggressive tend to like boots. 16th, one's appearance. How people dress and present themselves can say a lot about them. Having their hair neatly styled in ironed clothes and paying attention to overall style shows that they are detailed and like to pay attention to the details. Meanwhile, people who don't style their hair neatly and like to wear casual clothes may have creative traits. Finally, those who look unkempt and smelly can indicate a lazy and dirty nature. Finally, imitating body language. If you've never tried reading body language, maybe this is something you're not aware of. Remember, in the future, if someone imitates your body language, this means that he feels something very good about you, so he wants to align himself with you. This also indicates that the conversation is going well and the other party is receiving your message well. The action of imitating body language is carried out unconsciously, because basically no human being deliberately wants to imitate others, but when we feel comfortable with someone, then we have a tendency to imitate what he is doing. So, those are 17 ways to find out the attitude of someone we just met. This method is not 100% correct, but this method is unique. Try writing it in the comments column. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment.